Good morning, this is a quick live. Yet again, it would seem that I need to switch off my computer every time before I start this session because it's not working again. So I'm going to do this. It won't take long anyway. This is preparation for next week. So next week we're going to dedicate it to younger learners, but this will also help. So everything I do is aimed at 3 to 11, 12-year-olds and also special needs. So this can apply to any age of people with special needs or learning disabilities. So the activity is about making sure, either making sense of number or making sure that your learner has a good number sense. Now, I did not, and the result of that was I did not, to this day, I don't know all my times tables. So I'm really looking forward to this because this is going to progress. And one of the objectives is everyone to know their times tables. Obviously, if you're 5, you're not going to know your times tables at the end of this. But if you're ready to know your times tables, there will be activities to help you do that. And those resources will remain on YouTube and you'll be able to go back to them. And if you've got a 5, 6, 4-year-old, you'll be able to come back. If you enjoy what we do with Bubbly Maths, then you can come back and keep using it as a resource over the years. And we would love to have you. Right, so what we will need today is just a normal piece of paper. It can be scrap paper. It doesn't have to be anything special. What did she forget? She forgot this. We need a ruler, pencil, scissors, obviously, under older person, responsible person supervision, and some colouring ins. They can be pencils, they can be whatever they happen to be. So what we're going to do is, the idea is we're going to create, and the other thing we need for next week is our little containers. Now I am going to do my best to find a little origami, make a box origami. Hi Susan, hi Susie. Is Annabelle with you? If she is, hello Annabelle. If she's not, say hello later. So we're going to, I'll just review that, Susan. We're preparing for next week. So the idea is to get a real meaning of numbers up to and just over 100. And Ray, cool, good for her, it's Saturday morning. Ray he's actually expected to understand thousands. He's 5. So I'm working on a resource that's going to help Danny, hopefully, something that she can create at home because she doesn't have the resource that they use at school. And my concern is that he will learn, as I did, to learn rote. Okay, 1,000 is 1,000, but it's not enough understanding of it. So Danny's going to come back and see this later because they've got something else going on this morning. But what we need is paper, scissors, ruler, pencil. You'll need these for next week, and you'll need 110 things. Now those I say 110 things, we're making 110 things now. So, but if you can do 110 things, great, but we're also making 110 things. This is so that the children, we're doing it, I'm showing you now, but the idea is we will actually do this, if you can get the resource ready over the weekend. Excellent. And some colouring, make it fun. So I'm just going to lower the camera. There we go. That's the best I can do for this, I'm afraid, because the Zoom didn't work. So I'm just improvising here. So what we're going to do is draw. Now we're going to see if we can get the young people to do it, in which case we're going to draw some lines. 1. It's not going to be, I'm going to make it a bit hodgy-podgy. You make it good so that that might go, slipped, oh dear. It's fine. It's okay. It doesn't matter. That's 1, 2, well, let's make a few. 4, 5, 6. Oh, it slipped. 7, 8. The reason I'm doing this is that some children won't do it if it isn't perfect. and it just make it a game. Just and you want the children to do it if you can, if at all possible. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. You know what? You can keep going. You don't have to stop. You must have 110. That's the important amount. Now, I was wondering about this, how to the best to do this, and I've decided that we're now going to go. We want 10 across. So that's around. So when you're going to 10, your halfway is not exactly. You can have 4 on either side. One. Yeah, we'll have a halfway because half of 10 is 5. Hello, but then. No, that's 4. So I'm just going to eyeball it, but you can measure it out well with your learners. You can use the ruler. You can use the ruler. I'm just going to do this quickly. You can work it out, and it doesn't. These do not have to be exact. I think it's almost better if they're not exact, because whilst every one of these squares will have the same value, at the same time. Oh dear, now I'm really messing up. I just was talking and not thinking. At the same time, we're counting things. We're just counting things. So now what I've decided to do, actually I've got 2 here. I may as well do 2 at the same time and make even more. In fact, I've got 3. I can make even more counters. I'm just going to cut along the long way, but not all the way to the end. Now you might need 2 people, so you could get the young person to hold while you cut, depending how old they are. This is quite a nice little exercise of how to cut up a piece of paper in the most efficient way possible. I don't know if my way is the most efficient way, but looking for efficiency. Oh, another thing before I forget. So these are all going to represent counters. So the idea behind doing this, number one, you might not have lots of counters, it doesn't have, you can fill it with sweeties, you can fill it with toy cars and different things, small things. You can have a big tray full of 110 things. So that would be fun. Find 110 things and put them, small things, and put them in a box or a tray. That's actually a fun thing to do. Now, everything we do on here is also designed to help the people from AIMSEC, and they live in disadvantaged rural areas in Africa, so they might not have even a dice in their house. So one of the things we'll do is a spin tool, so you can spin a dice. That's one of the things we'll be doing. But this is designed to enable just about anyone, anywhere in the world. Now, what I was going to say is you can colour all this in one colour. You can design them now, so you can, if you don't have a bunch of dice and you want to make some artwork, you can do stuff now. So, I like hearts, so I'm going to do a heart there. You can decorate them any way you like. You can colour them, paint them all, paint everything to start off with, and then put the lines on, and then cut it out. And you can do it, and you can be creative. This is just totally be creative on this. Well, once you've decorated it, or you might be the sort that prefers to decorate them one at a time. Not efficient, but you know what? A 5-year-old doesn't have to be efficient. A 5-year-old just wants to enjoy what they're doing. Now, the only problem is a 5-year-old might stop after a few, whereas they're more likely to feel inclined to fill in a whole sheet than to like once they've done that much, they might keep coming back and keep decorating, doing whatever. It doesn't matter what the design is, anything you like. Now, these other sheets, you might want to paint them just one solid colour, because not very many young people are going to want to decorate 330, however many I've got now. I think it's more than 330 now. We're going past that line at the end. I'm sure you see where I'm going here. So these are all nicely decorated. I'm glad I remembered that before I finished cutting. Decorate before you cut. And see that I've gone off that line. It's fine. It's fine. Well, it might not be fine for some, so you work with your own learner. Now this is, as I say, not just useful for for 4, 5, 6-year-olds. This can also be extremely useful to, one thing is for older learners to help younger learners. So look at that, it's gone off skew if anything you see there. So anyway, I'm going to cut this, and may the chips land where they may. And I've got a box here, so I'm going to have, I don't know how many pieces in here. So here we go. I'm going to cut off the bottom. I definitely could do with an extra helper doing this. Extra pair of hands doing this. I'm going to actually go along here and not go along the whole one because I've got these in my hand now. I think, yeah, I'm going to actually do each finger one at a time. Ah, that's working. They're all different sizes, but you can have different designs. And just keep cutting them until you've got a whole box full of counters. Just keep cutting, and that's your project over the weekend, ready for Monday, when we're going to actually play with these and do some maths and basically get a good sense of number and get, well, especially now while we're in, if you're watching this, hi Tony, hello Stephen. So especially now, this is being recorded during the virus quarantine period. So at the moment it's a golden opportunity to facilitate maths in a way that engages one-to-one, that engages your own child in their own way, rather than, a teacher's got an incredibly hard job engaging 20, 30, in Africa 60, 90 learners all at the same time. Is just, and they've got the rules and regulations that they've got to follow. They've got an incredibly hard job. So so hats off to the teachers. This is your opportunity to play maths with your children. Thank you. I will see you on Monday, and don't worry if you're not here at 9 or 10 o'clock. For some of you, I don't know where you are, Tony. If you didn't catch the beginning, please just watch the replay. It's quite a short live. And Monday morning, well, I'll do this again tomorrow morning at 9. And then Monday morning, we'll do the first activity. What we decided to do, I've talked to Tony, who's the founder of AIMSEC, which is the organisation that I support in Africa that trains teachers professional development in maths in disadvantaged communities. And she's just like one of the eminent people in the world to help people, to train people to be able to facilitate the learning of mathematics. She's really good at that. So so we've come up with a plan, and the plan is, and I'm wonky, the plan is to start from scratch, and the older kids can help younger kids, and and you can find out if there's any gaps in the understanding of your older kids. I was one of those. At the age of 11, I couldn't do my times tables. I was missing agility in numbers, and I don't have that automatic understanding. I don't have that. Whatever, some people have it and some people don't. I don't have it. Doesn't mean you can't learn it. Doesn't mean you can't train it in. And this is what this kind of activity is going to do. That it's going to really train it in. And for those that have the agility, they'll be extending questions where they can go while other people are still maybe counting 1 to 10. Others can be working in the hundreds, and all those activities are, we call it low threshold, high ceiling activities. So the idea will be the first 10 minutes will just be play something very basic that the young learners can continue doing for a little while, and then we'll extend it with questions and challenges for older learners. Thank you. See you tomorrow 9 o'clock also, and see you on Monday to start the challenge. Bye. Have a wonderful weekend.